Hello, this is Arden Kirkland one last time with a few additional thoughts about the Digital Clothing Studio software. I just wanted to point out a few other features of the software that I think are interesting. Right now we're in pattern view, well, in the pattern tab in the panel view, I should say, and here is a slightly more complicated pattern than the one we were working with before. Some interesting seams, some pleated pieces in the skirt, a little waistband. But I just wanted to point out all the different features here that you can use, in terms of creating darts or pleats or gathers or all kinds of different features you can do. So that's pretty exciting. Also, if we are in the garment tab, here it is. I have one piece selected here. Again, because of my aged computer here, this is a feature that doesn't really work properly, but I did want to point it out. You can select a panel or a whole group of panels, and then if you click on the Q key, it opens up a window for textile options. So you can choose an image of a patterned textile. You can choose it from whatever kind of menu you might have. Let's see what I can find here. So if we, in this, it's useful to look at the thumbnail views to see what the different patterns are. So for example, if I wanted to use a fabric that was patterned like this on my garment, I could select that and set it as a repeat, and then I could really play around with where the repeat, if it was a large pattern, where the repeat was placed, things like that. So again, you can see that would be a really useful tool on a more recent computer than the one that I'm on. So I'm going to click cancel because it doesn't work on mine. One last thing I wanted to show, if we go into simulation tab, I've clicked on a panel here, and under properties on the side you'll see this entry for material property, and this is something that's really interesting, that you can actually set some properties of the fabric itself. So for example, if you want to really differentiate between, for example, a stiff denim versus a really fluid silk, these are characteristics that you could set to take advantage of that. Density, stretch resistance, air drag, etc., etc. Those are all things that are controllable, and I would imagine that the software developers, if I were one of the software developers, I would create a kind of guide to what the property, what those settings would be for a variety of different kinds of commonly used fabrics. So anyway, that will affect, when it's in the simulation, in motion, that will affect how fabric falls on the body, how it flows, etc., etc. So anyway, here we are. Maybe we'll do one last simulation here. Let's close up some of these windows so we can see her. Okay, to render with her pleats. Okay, and let's play and see this dress and these pleats come into place. And there she is. Very lovely. All right, many thanks to Kathy Martin and others at Drexel University and the developers of Digital Clothing Studio. I've had a lot of fun playing around with this software, and hopefully I'll have a chance to work with it some more someday.